Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. This show is real estate and home improvement. We've been talking to people all week about who they should hire to put on their roof, who they should hire to install their sprinkler system, things like that. We've had realtors on every day showing off the houses they have for sale. But we've been getting a lot of questions about water. Is the water in Fresno safe to drink? A lot of people don't trust it. They're spending thousands of dollars a year buying water. So we've asked an expert to come on the show today to help us clear up some of these, find out what's true and what's not true. Our expert is Mark Ratchford with Ratchford Quality Water. Welcome, Mark.
How you doing? Good to meet you.
Good. Is the water safe to drink? I don't drink the water that comes through my pipes here in Fresno.
Well, it's potable water. That's what the state calls it, and it meets the state requirements.
Okay.
Once the water comes to your home, then it's up to you to decide what type of quality water you want in your home for your family and your home.
Yeah. A lot of people are hesitant to drink it or to consume it, and I buy tons of bottled water, and it's just costing me a fortune. What kind of options do we have to make sure our water is safe coming right out of the tap?
Well, I've been in this water conditioning business for almost 40 years. I started out with several different companies, and I have been on my own in the water business since 2001 as my own business. I've represented different manufacturers. Quite frankly, most everything else out there is a standard water softener product and reverse osmosis for your kitchen sink, for your drinking water. That is fine, but we also are dealing with more than just water hardness in the water. And I represent and I have for the last 20 years, a manufacturer called Hague Quality Water International. And their system there's 13 U.S. patents on it. It's made here in the United States, and they're out of Groveport, Ohio. And they also have been around since 1959. And the system actually deals with all of the issues that we have in our water today in Fresno. And there's a lot of information. If you Google the San Joaquin Valley, we are the most polluted valley in the United States. Yep. So when you shower and bathe, the water meets the state requirements, but as we all know, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't taste right, so we do things to drink bottled water, but for our homes, the Water Max, it treats all the water before it comes into your home. So what we do is we run the line over to the system, and then after it goes through, then it goes into your home. Okay. Now the water is soft and clean. It also is set up to remove all of the other objectionable things that are in our water supply. And that's important because even if you drink bottled water or purified water, your skin, while you're in the shower or bathing, you absorb in the equivalent of 8 glasses of tap water in a short 10-minute shower.
Wow, I never thought about that. I'm worried about what I'm drinking all the time, but every day I'm just showering and absorbing all those pesticides or all those crazy things in our water that I don't want.
Yeah. So this system, the Hague system, it deals with all of those issues. And so your water is kind of like, I call it mountain water. It's fresh and clean and nice. And then for consumption, drinking water, I recommend reverse osmosis because that filters the water down to 1/10,000th of a micron. That's kind of getting into the category of what your kidneys do. Yeah. And in most cases, we also can run a line to the refrigerator and provide purified water to your refrigerator. That way your ice cubes, when they melt, you don't get little floaties in your drink. And, it doesn't make sense when you have great water and then you go to the fridge and get ice that has things in it.
I bet it makes some great looking ice too.
Yeah, it's really, once you have a system like this, you don't want to go back.
Yeah.
When you go out of town and travel somewhere and the water is not treated, you're like, hey, I can't wait to get back home to my system and have great water. One of the other things about this industry, the water industry, we kind of approach things in a different manner. We will install the system and for a small fee, and then we put it on as a monthly fee to maintain it and take care of the system for you. Because, we're all busy, we all do what we do every day, and then we don't have, you come home and your wife may say, hey, the water doesn't feel right. Did you get, we need the salt or what have you for it. So what we do is we take care of the whole thing for you. We put you on a schedule and we service it, we maintain it. And then the reverse osmosis that's under the sink, we service that yearly for you. And that way we take all that worry and thought away from you. We just maintain it and take care of it.
Yeah, I don't want to do all that work. So I like that idea. I never could get it right anyway. Dumping salt in or something, I don't know. So is it a giant upfront cost?
No, it's very reasonable. 99% of the time, we're looking at roughly about $1,000 up front to install the system, and that includes any plumbing we have to do. The reverse osmosis is mounted. We run the line to your ice maker. That's also included. And then the first month, which the monthly fee is $85. And then we run it. We do ACH for your checking account. So you don't have to worry about monthly, hey, I got to send in the payment or whatever. So we take care of all of that. And if I don't do a good job, and it keeps me on my toes to make sure you're happy as a customer. And, when we come out to service our customers, when I bring a guy out that I'm training for service, everybody's happy. Yeah. There's no discontent. I've watched families, their children grow up over the years, and now they're calling me for systems for their homes. So,
by the way, I bet I spend that much on bottled water every month.
Well, it costs money to have untreated water run through your home.
Yeah.
If you think about it, you don't put bleach in your dark clothing when you wash them, but if you have chlorine in your water, you're bleaching your clothes every time you wash them.
I didn't think about that. Would that system remove all that bleach the city's putting in our water?
Yes, it removes the chlorine, the objectionable taste throughout the house. Especially in the wintertime, what do? You turn the shower up, you get the heat up higher, and now you're really smelling that chlorine. And then you're also opening your pores up because you're heating that water up. And the other things that you benefit from are, I tell people when we put the system in, we open all your hot water faucets. We want to drain that hot water heater, get rid of all the hard water that's in there. And that way, when you take your next shower, you can feel it immediately.
Instantly. The next day, you're going to have a nicer shower.
Oh, yeah. And the other thing I'll tell people, don't put any laundry soap in your clothes when you wash them for the first few loads, because there's still soap in your clothes.
Yeah.
So if you have sensitive skin, I've had lots of families where somebody's got sensitive skin and they're taking medications to keep their skin from getting rashes and things. when you get a little perspiration going, you can reactivate the Tide or whatever kind of laundry soap you're using,
whatever it's in
and
your
it can
clothes,
irritate your skin.
Wow.
So there's just so many things that you come to appreciate when you have awesome water in your home.
Yeah. Life-changing. By the way, we have your website up on the screen, RatchfordQualityWater.com. What will people find when they go to that site?
Yeah, there's great information on there about the, it's kind of like going through a brochure of the Hague Water Max system. And our reverse osmosis system stands above the rest as well. We have on there what is called a permeate pump. And it's not driven off of electricity. It uses the water pressure going through the reverse osmosis membrane, which has lots of benefits. One of them is when you make RO water, there is waste. Yep. But with this system, the waste is very, very minimal, and the pressure is much higher. So your refrigerator, your ice maker will work properly because the ice cubes, if you don't have the right pressure, they'll be smaller than they should be, and the water won't come out of the door at the rate you're used to. So the Hague system is just a great product, and then I've done this so long, I've learned over the years what not to do. So when we install the system, even if you don't know what you're looking at, you'll say, this looks correct. This is right. Any plumbing that may be visible, everything's straight. You know, it's not like I use a level on everything, but it's pretty level and straight. If you're a contractor, you would appreciate the work that we do.
Quality work, yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear about the website. I'm the kind of guy who likes to study stuff. You know, a salesman comes to your door, wants you to sign on the dotted line. I like to get in there and study it. And then when you guys come out and talk to me, then I'll probably have a million questions still. But I just love to study stuff. But it sounds like your site is the place to do that.
Yes, it is. And that's another thing. You don't need pressure. I just kind of lay it out as, you already know there's issues with the water. That's why I'm in your home. So I don't need to go through some song and dance. And I just answer the questions you have. And if it makes sense to you, then we go forward from there. Generally speaking, it takes 1 day to install the system. And you have great water that night, and you didn't pay me to make a mess around your home. So we clean everything. Everything's nice and sanitary. If the system, the main unit for the water for the house, if it goes outside, which most of the time that's how we set it up, we bring a nice concrete pad with us for the equipment to sit on so it's stable and doesn't fall over. And then we bring a box that goes around the equipment and protects it from the weather. And that way, 99% of the time, you're always going to have great water without issues. But if something does come up, you call us. We're going to be there, if not that day, the next day.
Wow.
Because if I don't make you happy, you're going to fire me. So I don't want to be fired. And that's kind of the way we look at this. I don't know if you can see this. We just did this job. I completed it Saturday. We have a customer that he has a lot of nitrates, which we've had a lot of problems in the southeast part of the valley lately. And we've done a lot of work for people that have that problem. But this gentleman, he didn't want that water. The nitrates are very high here. As far as health is concerned, if the nitrates are above 10 parts per million, you need to not drink that.
You got to stop.
This house was at 19.6, and he wanted it all out of the house. So we put in a whole house reverse osmosis system, And I don't know if you can see this, but this is the main unit here. That's the RO system, and it's capable of making 5,200 gallons a day if
Wow.
needed. The average home with the average person uses a roughly 75 gallons per day.
Yeah.
So when you're at home, let's say it's 100 gallons a day for 2 people.
Yeah.
So this system is quite capable of making sure they have enough water for their home. And this is the Water Max here system. That's the softening part of it. And we also have a UV ultraviolet light because there's the possibility of bacteria. So we want to make sure there's no problem with that.
Yeah.
And if you can kind of see this, this is a real clean, sanitary deal. And this is kind of one of the jobs we do, but this is kind of what we do. I try to be as professional as possible.
Well, you're the first and only water guy we've had on here, and you are an expert. I want somebody who's had years and years and years like you have, and I appreciate your knowledge and your background. And we're running out of time, Mark, but any last thoughts for our viewers?
Well, what you just mentioned just now was the time someone's been around.
Yeah.
You kind of get not such a good feeling when the experience that a lot of people have with water companies. So you feel pressured, you feel, it's not a comfortable thing. And then afterwards, who fixes this?
Right.
Who keeps it up? Who maintains it? So with this system and the way we do things, you feel comfortable. And most of our customers, they can buy this system, but most of them just say, for $85 a month, you take care of it, maintain it. I don't have to worry about it. It's a no-brainer.
That's what I want. I don't want to have any of that work. I don't want to be an expert on water. That's why I'm hiring you, Mark. So, well, listen.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. For our viewers, I encourage you to go to the website. It's right on the screen, ratchfordqualitywater.com, and research it, read up on it, and then call Mark. Or can we make inquiries right from the website?
Yes, you can, and our number is on there as well. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions, and if you would like to move further, I'd be glad to come to your home, look at it, see what makes sense. And then if it makes sense to you to go further and go along with it, then we're here for you.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. And our guest has been the water expert, Mark Ratchford from Ratchford Quality Water. Go to his website, ratchfordqualitywater.com. We'll be right back.